This is not the first time you're seeing the fourth generation of the Tucson on Car and Bike. Remember Siddharth's exclusive review? And now it's landed on Indian shores. And boy, oh boy, does it look gorgeous. While Siddharth gave you a detailed analysis of the design in our exclusive review, I'd like to talk more about the highlights. And the highlights are the hidden elements of the Tucson. First being the LED DRLs. Look at that, they just light up so well and it's so well integrated into this parametric grille. After that, you of course have the hidden rear wiper, which is tucked inside the rear spoiler, and that is very innovative. But the busiest part of the Tucson design, well, is on the side. And look at it, there are so many geometric concoctions here. It's like going to geometry class, isn't it? It looks absolutely fine. And for those talking about this design getting dated or, you know, in the next few years, it definitely won't, because this one definitely looks good, more futuristic. On the rear then, you have these nice connecting tail light elements which actually bring out a unique side of the Tucson. Yes, it has that Ford Mark-E kind of vibe. You know, the Ford Mark-E, it had three such elements on the tail lamps, you know, joined together. This one has a separate one altogether, but still it looks absolutely gorgeous. And yes, at night driving down, come to this, it definitely will attract your attention. The Tucson has grown in size over its predecessor. The length has gone up by 150 millimeters, width by 15 millimeters, and height by 5 millimeters. Here you can see the 18-inch tires, which do justice to its wider stance. In fact, though taller than its predecessor, the design of the car is such that it squats down, and that brings out some aggression. That's smart designing. And there are more smart elements in the cabin too. So let me begin by talking about the hidden elements inside the car. Yes, there are hidden elements here. So let me talk about the air vents that you have there. They're seamlessly integrated into the dashboard, which basically shows how intelligently all of it has been designed. But the sense of space also goes up because you have a beige colored upholstery, and then you have the larger glass areas. You know, the windshield, the windows, the panoramic sunroof. There's just so much space suddenly that you come to know about inside the Tucson. The two elements that I wanted to really talk about are both are basically 10.25 inch screens. One is the instrument cluster, the other is the infotainment system. This is actually very intuitive and extremely well made. The graphics to pop up on the instrument cluster when you change modes, the driving modes that you change, they just pop, and it's really a nice way to go. Now you also get wireless charging, but you don't get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And that, according to us, is a big miss, because in this segment, that should have been there. You get ventilated seats, power adjustable front seats, and also BlueLink connectivity. The Tucson gets connected features, and this time around, the company's Hyderabad team has been able to incorporate 10 regional languages, including Marathi, Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, among others, to support voice commands. In fact, this time around, there are 104 commands which work without the use of internet. We'll definitely put all those features to the test in our tech review, which will come very soon. The space at the rear too is good. As you can see, I have great leg room, knee room, and shoulder room. And though the roof slopes down, there is good enough headroom. But it could have done with more under-thigh support. You also get rear AC vents and USB charging ports. The boot too is extremely spacious with 540 liters on offer. Drop the two rear seats and there is more space to offer. Let's get to the heart of the matter now. First, the petrol. I've got my hands on the 2-liter petrol first. This one punches out 154 brake horsepower and there's 192 Newton meters of torque on offer. I can't somehow wrap my head around the fact that the Alcazar also gets a 2-liter petrol engine but makes more brake horsepower than this. Anyway, this is a 6-speed automatic gearbox that you get, and well, it is smooth off the block. There is a stark difference in the way you drive when it comes to, say, the eco mode and the normal mode. It's more relaxed there. In sport mode, everything just gets a little tauter. It's really good fun to drive. In fact, the steering too weighs up pretty well. It just makes for an engaging drive. The only thing is that auto gearbox does not keep up with your rev. So every time I put my foot down, yeah, I have to deal with that noise. Now it's in the eco and the normal mode, it is a little more pronounced because the gears change at different rev counts. But you know, that's what I mean. There is an essential lag, especially in the petrol. The petrol does disappoint, and the fact that there's 2 bhp less power coming out of it compared to the Alcazar, we cannot get our head around it. But you know what? It's extremely refined. But it's the diesel that grabs your attention. Yes, because the diesel is going to be the best selling car. For obvious reasons, you know, because, well, people know from experience that the Tucson diesels have always been great. Plus the power figures, 184 brake horsepower on offer, 460 Newton meters of torque from around 2000 RPM. And it delivers too. Yes, there is a lag initially, but you know, move to sport mode and you know, all of that just goes away. It is absolutely fun, and that 8-speed gearbox really works wonders. And you know, this is a completely different experience from the petrol I was driving. I didn't like the petrol so much. This one has just blown me away because the gear shifts so well and it's extremely fun. This one is chockable, and of course this one gets the 4-wheel drive system as well, so there is that added advantage. But it is absolute fun. Both the automatic transmissions are made in-house, and that's significant. But it's only on the diesel that you get the 4WD system. And there are multi-terrain modes as well: sand, mud and snow. And that gives you an added advantage of taking it anywhere and through anything. Now, when Siddharth drove the car in the US, he spoke about the ride and handling of the car too. Does that remain the same? When it comes to ride and handling, the Tucson is pretty sorted. You know, because it squats down, you don't really feel you're driving a bigger car. You feel like you're driving a hatch or a smaller car. And that's why you're pretty confident when you go into the sterns. The tires also help a lot because there is a lot of grip on offer. The suspension is actually tuned for comfort, and you feel that too. Even the undulations on the road are dealt with ease like that one, and then you have some rough patches as well, which get easily dispatched. So it's pretty decent that way when it comes to ride and handling. And you know what, it'll take on any kind of roads, any kind of undulations or potholes with ease, and it won't disturb the passengers inside the car. And that's its biggest strength, because the Tucson has always been that dependable car which has had the ride and handling and comfort aspect always sorted. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to safety. 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, electronic stability control, vehicle stability control, tire pressure monitoring system, and more. The list of standard features is endless. And then of course there's the ADAS tech, which is only available in the top spec. And we took you through most of the features in our other video. But we did try some features like smart cruise control and even lane keeping assist. And yes, they worked like a charm. With all these features, how has Hyundai positioned the Tucson? Price for the Petrol begins from 27,70,000 rupees, going all the way up to 30,17,000 rupees. The diesel costs 30,19,000 rupees, and the 4WD tops out at 34,39,000 rupees. Yes, the Tucson then is expensive. It's close to 10 lakh rupees more expensive than its direct rival, the Jeep Compass. This basically throws it into the Meridian, the Citroën C5 Aircross, and even the Volkswagen Tiguan space. View it from that angle and you'll see how big on features and looks the Tucson really is. But we certainly think that it should have been more aggressively priced. Having said all of that, the Tucson does justice to the flagship tag it holds. It looks stunning and is feature rich as well. Yes, there are some misses, but the diesel just blows your mind away. And for me, if you're looking to buy a premium midsize SUV, forget everything else and buy the Tucson diesel.